Hi, it's a question of CAT 2022, slot 3. It's given that the average marks of a student in section A and B are 32 and 60. Okay, so the average marks of section A are 32, and the average marks of students in section B is 60. The number of students in section A is 10 less than the number of students in section B. Let's say the number of students in section A are A, and in B they are B. If the average marks of all the students across both the sections combined is an integer, now, the combined average is not given. It's an integer. Let's say it's n. Then the difference between the maximum and minimum possible number of students in section A is how much? Okay. Everybody knows that if the average of first group is 32 and second is 60, and if their contribution is same, what I'm saying, if the number of students in both the sections is same, then the average of the combined class will become 32 plus 60 by 2, which is equal to 46. This is not possible here because they have clearly mentioned that the number of students in section A is 10 less than the number of students in section B. How do we calculate that? We know that the number of students in section A is A and in B it's B. So their average will not be equal to 46 because the number of students are not equal. The number of students in section A are 10 less. That's why the average will be more closer to 60. Yes or no? So definitely this n average has to be greater than 46. It would be equal to 46 when the number of students in A and B are equal. But the contribution of section B is more than the contribution of section A. That's why the average will be more closer to the 60. So the average has to be more than 46 and less than how much? Less than 60 because the average of second section is 60. Yes or no? Now, how do we calculate the number of students? Say? We know that there are 32. The 32 is the average of A students. So like 32A plus 60B divided by A plus B. Let's say the average is N. When you simplify this, what do we get here? 32A plus 60B is equal to NA plus NB. Since N is greater than 46, 32A goes on that side, NB comes on this side. I'll take B common. We'll get 60 minus N. And this will give you n minus 32 into A. So what's the ratio of A and B? A by B will become 60 minus n by n minus 32. And we know that n has to be more than what? 46. N should be more than 46 because the number of students in section B are more than the number of students in section A. Now, what are the possible values in? He's saying that find the difference between the maximum and minimum possible number of students in section A. Okay. So if we want to maximize the number of students in section A, in that case, the average will be slightly more than 46, but it's an integer. So let's assume that n is 47 here. When you put n equal to 47, what do we get here? A by B will be equal to 60 minus 47. That is 13. And 60 minus 32. Sorry, n is 47. 47 minus 32 will give you 15. So this is the ratio of the number of students in section A and B, and we know that the difference is given equal to 10. So if the number of students in section B are 15x and in A they are 13x, the difference has to be 10. So we get 2x is equal to 10 here. That means x equal to 5. And if x equal to 5, then the number of students in section A, which was 13x, will become 13 into 5, which is 65. So the maximum possible number of students in section A will be 65 for this first case. What's the next case? I'll take the maximum possible value of n, which has to be 59. Okay. When you put n equal to 59 here, what do we get? A by B is equal to 60 minus 59, which is 1, and 59 minus 32. 59 minus 32, which gives you how much? 27. So now can we say 27x minus x, which is the difference of these two students, must be equal to how much? This was 60 minus 59. This is equal to 26 and which is given equal to 10. So 26x will be equal to 10. So you will not get the value of x as an integer, which comes out to be 10 by 26. So I cannot take n equal to 56 here. Sorry, 59 here. That means everything depends on this value. N is an integer. The moment you'll put n equal to 56 here, when you put n equal to 56 here, what do we get? A by B is equal to 60 minus 56. That is 4. And 56 minus 32 will give you 24, which comes out to be 1 by 6. That means if the number of students in A is 1, B will become 6. So can we write it like this? 6x minus x must be equal to how much? 10. So 5x is equal to 10 and x equal to 2. If x is equal to 2, what were the number of students in A? That was 1 into x. That is x. So the minimum possible value of A will become 2. Yes or no? And the maximum possible value of A was 65. And I'm looking for the difference. So difference of 65 and 2 must be 63. So the correct answer should be 63.